What is up everybody, I'm Fox at FOXY Games UK, your regular aggregate source of news, rumour and video game discussion. Casual and core gamers who want to keep up with all the latest game news and rumour with an emphasis on PlayStation but spanning a variety of platforms, go ahead follow me via Twitter at FOXYGames_UK. All relevant links can be found in this video's description. Now this news piece article we sort of glossed over during the Gamer Couch podcast yesterday, episode 53, go check that out. And this comes really courtesy of the Wolfhall.com, full credit there. But this is based on the Michael Pachter prediction, Mr. Michael Pachter, the Pack Attack, analyst at Wedbush Morgan. He believes that the Nintendo Switch will outsell the Xbox One this year. And as usual, I'll give you the article verbatim and I'll give you my thoughts, impressions, my take towards the end. Now, the article begins with, the Nintendo Switch has had an amazing launch year so far. In Japan, the console took 17 weeks to reach 1 million units sold, and it seems that it shows no sign of slowing down. Now, recently, Michael Pachter on his show Pachter Factor was asked whether Nintendo Switch would be able to outsell Xbox One this year globally, to which he replied it would be close, but yes, Nintendo Switch would be able to do just that. Here's what the Pack had to say, and I quote, "Close. I would say Switch could sell as many as 14 million, and if that happens, then that's more than Xbox One. Xbox One is probably going to sell about 10 to 11 million, but again, Microsoft doesn't tell you and there is no way to measure anymore. But I think Xbox One is on track to sell 10 to 11 million a year. Switch is going to do that 10 to 11 million. Could sell more, but it really depends, and I need to get through to a holiday season to see." Pachter further explained why he believes that Nintendo Switch would outsell the Xbox One, going on to state, "My bias is that Switch is a handheld, and it's a really good handheld for $300. Xbox is a really good console for $300. So if you want a console, you're buying an Xbox. If you want a handheld, you're buying a Switch. But I think the portability of the Switch probably slightly dictates in favor. Now I think that the Japanese market is going to buy 3 or 4 million of them, as opposed to Microsoft, who have probably not even sold 1 million there yet. So there's a lot of demand in Japan for Nintendo based products." Of course, it's Michael Pachter. He's not going to be done there. He went on to say, "Over time, Switch will be fine. It will do around 50 million if price comes down the curb. The question though is, will it do 100 million? I don't think that's 20 million a year. 10 million a year for 5 years for sure. 20 million a year? Probably not." Well, it seems Pachter is going for a Nintendo Switch win this year. Despite his criticism of Nintendo and their products in the past, although Pachter does believe they have the greatest game portfolio, he has not been too kind towards Nintendo's consoles. But let me know in the comments if you agree with Michael Pachter or not. I mean, when you think about it, the Xbox One launched back in 2013 and it's been on the market more than 3 years. There's plenty of console inventory out there on retail shelves. There is no problem whatsoever picking up an Xbox One. Nintendo Switch, on the other hand, has exactly the opposite problem. They cannot make enough of the things. Everywhere it is basically sold out. If there are 1 or 2 available in a store near you, it's probably because of the demographic that there are less Nintendo Switch or Nintendo fans in that area. It could be a number of reasons, but largely everywhere in the world, people are in some kind of queuing system, on alert. In Japan at least, they're picking lotteries just for the chance to buy one of these things. Nintendo are in a very good position in terms of demand, but they're in a terrible position in terms of supply. And there's still people that actually believe, there are people in the game community that actually believe that Nintendo is purposely manufacturing this shortage, like it's an artificial shortage, in order to create demand. Well, Nintendo had already the demand. They had long created demand, just based on it being portable and a home console interchangeably. So why would they cut off their own nose to spite their own face? The demand is there. Surely just flood the retailers with consoles would be the smart thing to do. Why is there still a shortage? So it makes no sense that people believe this. Really, it's down to a bidding war between Nintendo and Apple for semiconductors, components, and also for memory modules, which apparently Apple have a new launch coming. So guess what? Apple has a whole island worth of money. So, you know, you can tell where the favor is going to be. That's the reason. Now, I know they're going to be working hard to obviously put systems on shelves because of the Splatoon 2 launch some weeks away, and of course there are plenty of games down the road, particularly Super Mario Odyssey. They're definitely going to need plenty of console inventory over the holiday period, or they've literally blown their chance. Now, it's interesting what Pachter believes, because based on everything I just said, Nintendo's lack of consoles out there in terms of the Switch, they just can't make enough of them. The fact that there's going to be plentiful supply of Xbox One units out there. Microsoft are launching the Xbox One X. Do we really think that Nintendo are going to be able to supply enough consoles to make that what Michael Pachter believes a reality? I personally, I'm not convinced. I don't believe that Nintendo can satisfy demand. If they could, had they been able to, I mean, it's still early days, but let's just assume that they're not going to meet demand for the holidays. Had they been able to get enough Switches out there, of course, I believe that it easily would outsell the Xbox One. I mean, Nintendo Switch is the new hot ticket. It's the new hot thing, right? If people really wanted an Xbox One, they would have bought one by now, surely. What are the estimates for Xbox One anyway in terms of sales to date? Some people say it's sold around 28 million, some people are saying 30 million, some people are going even further, saying 40 million. I think it sits somewhere between 25 and 30 million, and I'm talking sold to consumers. Shipped, probably more. They're probably well over 30 million shipped. But I believe in the hands of users, a literal, actual install base, I believe they're around 25 to 30 million, somewhere there. 28 million, could be 29, it could be 30. Who knows? Microsoft certainly aren't showing the numbers. But it'll be interesting indeed to see what happens here. I mean, it would be a disaster in terms of PR if a handheld, a portable, particularly Nintendo, who everyone was writing off not so long ago. I mean, Nintendo were all but written off not so long ago. That they were finished in the console business. Nintendo are dead as a console manufacturer. You know, we heard it all. We heard it all. And why anyone as a true gamer would want that to be a reality, I don't know. I'm not a fan of many products, but do I want them to die and go away? Absolutely not. You know, the more options there are for gamers, the better. However, you know, we heard the narrative. Nintendo are finished in the business. They might as well go multi-platform. Yet we have the possibility of this once dead console manufacturer in a position to outsell a console manufacturer that was fledgling during the 360 era, at least the first 5 years of 360. You wouldn't have bet against Microsoft, certainly not with a Nintendo product. But it is what it is, and it's a very fickle business, a very, you know, 1 minute you're up, 1 minute you're down in this business. You cannot ever account for anything. You can't count on anything in the, you know, console industry, the games industry, because it's a very risky industry indeed. No wonder there are so many developers and publishers who have gone out of business over the years. It's very risky indeed. But, you know, let me know your thoughts and opinion in the comments. I think I'll leave it there. I don't know how much I can add to this. You know, Michael Pachter, is he right? Is he wrong? Do you like him? Do you dislike him? Is irrelevant. These are his opinions. He's paid, whether you like him or not, whether he's right or wrong or not, he's paid to forecast, make predictions for companies, paid, you know, money as a career, a profession. So whether he's right or wrong is irrelevant, but it is all certainly possible. And that there brings us to the end of another video. As usual, if you found any of the information in this video at all useful, go ahead, hit the like button. If you haven't already, go ahead, subscribe and share the video. And if you can help us grow by supporting us via Patreon, starting from just $1, you'll find the link in this video's description. Until next time, play games, not corporations. Thanks for watching, everybody.